on IAS. Today we are going to have the Delhi Takkar Rapid Series. So it's a series of 10 MCQs that we discuss every day, and these MCQs are sourced from the current affairs. So through these MCQs we help you to understand the nuanced aspect of 10 important current affairs for the UPSC prelims exam. So today again we have come up with some important topics, right, that we are going to discuss through MCQs. And through these topics we are going to cover international relations, we are going to cover science and technology, we are going to cover environment and ecology, we are going to cover polity, we are going to cover, let's say, other aspects of the prelims exam. So let us quickly see, right, the let's say one of the quotation that I'm going to discuss with you. You can utilize this quote, let's say, in one of your essay papers or in ethics papers also. So the quote goes like this. It says, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind, right? So this is a quotation by Yuval Noah Harari. So this person is one of the most sensational personality of, let's say, this century, because he has written many books. One of the book that he has written is Sapiens, right, a history of mankind. Then he has also written about 21 lessons for the 21st century, and apart from this he has written other books as well. So he is a very influential personality in the field of, let's say, like, thinkers. Basically he is a modern thinker, we can say, right? He's a personality, and like he has written this thing. So the thing is, it applies to all of us, because the thing is, what we can do is we can alter our lives by changing the attitudes of our mind. How do we take, let's say, different things in the life that is going on? How are we ready for the future that is coming? Okay, so this is the thing. Now with this, let us now quickly go to the understand about the topics that we are going to cover through our MCQ discussion. So one of the project that we are going to discuss is Artemis project. We are going to discuss in detail about it. Then we have Watsonx AI. Then we are going to discuss about National Automated Fingerprint Identification System. In short, it is known as NAFIS. We are going to discuss about biodiversity hotspots. We are going to discuss about Galathea Bay, which is located in the Great Nicobar Island. We are going to discuss about evolution of galaxy, River Ganga and its tributaries. We are going to understand about integrated case management information system. We are going to learn about some of the tribunals that were in news, and then we are going to discuss about Path Mitro. Okay, we are going to discuss about all these things one by one. So let us quickly move to the first topic of the day, right? And we are going to discuss this. It says, with reference to Artemis project, consider the following statements. Okay, so as we all know that Artemis project is a project which is initiated or led by NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So NASA is the space agency of the United States of America. So in this article, basically we are going to discuss about, let's say, Artemis project. Let us see the statements. It says it is a NASA-led lunar exploration program and plans to restart the manned mission to the moon. This is right. Last time NASA has sent, let's say, human being, right, on the surface of the moon. That was through Apollo mission in 1972. Now NASA again is planning to send human beings on the surface of the moon, and this time they want to send a women, like first women on the surface of the moon, and they are going to send the next man of color, right? So they are going to send a next person, right, a female and a male of color, right, on the surface of the moon. That is the thing. So first statement is right. Second, it says the program ultimately aspires to pave the way for the Mars exploration. Although this particular thing, which is Artemis project, right, it is a project of, let's say, NASA, and it is mainly a lunar mission. However, this lunar mission will help NASA to gain the expertise that they can utilize to further extend this project or further think of sending human beings to the to Mars. Okay, so that's also right. And astronauts will travel on a SpaceX Starship to the moon. So the thing is, like, astronauts will not travel on a SpaceX Starship. They are going to travel on the Orion spacecraft. Okay, they are going to travel on Orion spacecraft, right, to the moon. That's the thing. So first and second statement are correct. It means only two of them are correct. Answer will be B. Similarly, we have a previous year question. It says the Mangalyaan launched by ISRO. It is also called the Mars Orbiter mission. This is right. It is a previous year question. Made India the second country to have a spacecraft orbit the Mars. No, this is wrong. There are other countries also that have done. Let's say USA has done, China has done. There are many other countries. Okay. Third, made India the only country to be successful in making its spacecraft orbit the Mars in its very first attempt. This is also right. First and third are right. It means correct answer is option C. Okay, the previous year question. Now let us understand about this Artemis project. What is this Artemis project altogether? So this under this Artemis project, they have different missions. Artemis, let's say like Artemis program 1, Artemis program 2, Artemis program 3. So let us quickly have a discussion on this Artemis program. So to understand this, let's say like this is Earth. Okay, this is Earth. And from Earth, we are sending something on the surface of the moon, right? We are sending something on the surface of moon. Basically, we want to send human beings. But it has, the Artemis program has different stages, right? If we talk about stage 1 of Artemis program, in stage 1, what they want to do, they want to send a spacecraft, only a spacecraft that's going to, let's say, revolve around the moon. This spacecraft will not carry any human being. Okay, this is just to check the readiness of their spacecraft to go to the moon. In second case, in stage 2 of the Artemis project or Artemis program, right, what they are going to do, this time they are going to send human beings also. This time they will send a spacecraft, and that spacecraft will also revolve around the moon. But the thing is, this time it is going to have, right, it's going to have human beings also. It's going to have human beings. But the thing is, these human beings will not make a landing on the surface of the moon. Now, if you talk about the stage 3 or Artemis Accord 3, right, stage 3. Over here in stage 3, what's going to happen? Now, this time what they are going to do is, they are going to send, let's say, human beings. And these human beings, let's say, first they will revolve around moon, and then they are going to make a landing on the moon. So finally in stage 3, they are going to send human beings. Okay, they are going to send human beings, and they will land on moon. They will land on moon, right? On first, human beings will be sent, but they will orbit the moon. Okay, they will orbit the moon, but they will not land on the moon. That's the thing. So as of now, 3 Artemis Accords have been, let's say, planned. One of them has already been executed. Okay, one of them, the first one is already executed. They will have other parts of the, let's say, like, Artemis Accord 4 and 5. Their details are mentioned in the, let's say, like, explanation of this thing. You can go through this to understand, right? You can go through this PDF of this document to understand further about it. So Japan nears historic deal to land first astronaut on moon by 2025 under US-led Artemis project. So what Japan wants to do is, Japan wants to send its own human being through this Artemis project. Okay, so like, the Japanese people are called as yellow people. Okay, they are, let's say, men of color. So they will be sending, right? So they are dealing with USA, NASA, to send their own person, from a Japanese personnel. Right? Then we have another question. It says, with reference to Watson-X AI, it's a kind of artificial intelligence system. Consider the following statements. They have given 2 statements. These are related to artificial intelligence system. Now let me discuss with you that this Watson AI has been developed, right? This has been developed by IBM, Intelligence Business Machine, and NASA. National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA of United States of America, right? This is the space agency of USA. So this Watson AI, it has been developed by IBM and NASA. It is not developed by World Health Organization and IBM. IBM is there, but like World Health Organization is not a part of it. It says it will help us to predict emerging virus threats with greater accuracy. This is also wrong. This particular artificial intelligence system will be let's say like beneficial for checking the quality of the air, to check the air pollution. So this is related to weather forecasting and air quality prediction and all. Okay, so this is not related to that. So how many of the above statements are correct, or which of the above are correct? Neither, not one nor two. And this is a UPSC prelims previous year question, right? It says like which with the present state of development, artificial intelligence can effectively do which of the following. Okay, it can bring down the consumption, electricity consumption in industrial units. So they have given statements over here, right? So this is just a previous year question. We have discussed all of it. So all of these are, let's say like the capabilities of the artificial intelligence system. Okay, to my mind the correct answer would be option D. However, let's say it is widely debated among different people, right? So it can create meaningful short stories. It can bring down electricity consumption in industrial units by, let's say like effectively utilizing electricity, and also turning down those machines that use, let's say like that are not working but like maybe on at that point of time. So this is the thing. With this, let us quickly move to another topic. This is question number 3. It says, consider the following statements with respect to National Automated Fingerprint Identification System. NAFIS. NAFIS is the short form of this, National Automated Fingerprint Identification System. Alright. It is a web-based application that serves as central repository of criminal fingerprints. This is right. Second, it assigns a unique 10-digit national fingerprint number to each person arrested for a crime. That's also right. It is managed by Crime and Criminal Tracking Network and System. This is wrong. Okay, this is managed by one of the bureau under NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau. Okay, so this is managed by that. So what is the name of that organization that is managing? It is known as Central Fingerprint Bureau. Okay, it is going to managed by Central Fingerprint Bureau. Okay, it is going to be managed by Central Fingerprint Bureau. So only 2 of the above statements are right. Now this is a previous year question from 2014. It says, in addition to fingerprint scanning, which of the following can be used in the biometric identification of a person? So iris scanning can be done, retinal scanning can be done, voice recognition can be done. So using these information we can recognize a person. Okay, so all the 3 are correct. Correct answer is option D for the previous year question. So with this, let us now quickly move to another topic. Okay, you can go through the explanation in your free time. Simply download this PDF from the description of the YouTube video. Then we have another question. It says, which of the following criteria are used to identify biodiversity hotspots? Okay, so as we all know, biodiversity hotspots are those regions that are very rich biologically, but at the same time these hotspots have gone through a threat, means like 70% of their population, or let's say has already gone wiped out, and we need to protect them. So that is biological hotspot. So which of the following criteria are used? One thing is species richness. Okay, species richness. So generally more than 1500 various species must be there to be categorized as biodiversity hotspot. Then presence of invasive species. So this is not a criteria of it. Then high endemism. This is right. Threat perception is also right. Okay, it must have lost around 70% of its original, let's say, biodiversity in that region. 1, 3 and 4 are right answer. Correct answer is option C in this question. Okay, we are going to discuss about some additional information also from here. But before this, let us see a previous year question related to this. It says, consider the following statements. Biodiversity hotspots are located in only in tropical regions. This is wrong. They are not located only in tropical regions. There can be, let's say, biodiversity hotspot in, let's say, temperate regions also, in tundra or cold regions as well. So the first statement is wrong. Second, India has 4 diverse biodiversity hotspots: Eastern Himalayas, Western Himalayas, Western Ghats, Andaman and Nicobar Island. This is also wrong. Okay, so correct answer is option D in this case. This is just a previous year question. Okay, so here let's discuss about Why we are discussing about biodiversity hotspots? Because heat waves to intensify in Madagascar, one of the Earth's richest biodiversity hotspots. Okay, so Madagascar, as we know, Madagascar is an island which is located to the southeast of Africa. Okay, Madagascar island is located, let's say, like in the Indian Ocean region itself. Okay, so because of heat waves, the Madagascar island was facing difficulty. Why? Because many of these species were vulnerable because of the heat waves. Okay, so that's the thing. Here, let's say, like, here in this article they have discussed that how the concept of biological hotspot came, right? There was a person, his name is Norman Mayers. Okay, this person has wrote in a paper and he has introduced the concept of biodiversity hotspots, and later on this particular concept has been taken up, right? Has been taken up by different organizations, and they have, let's say, introduced this particular concept. Okay, this is the thing. Now with this, let us talk about another question. This is question number 5. We are going to discuss about this question. It says, this region has an unparalleled array of microhabitats, sandy and rocky beaches, bays and lagoons, littoral patches with mangrove communities, evergreen and tropical forests, and more. Basically, they are talking about, let's say, the kind of biodiversity or kind of, let's say, richness in a particular region. Okay, they are talking about this, that it has sandy and rocky beaches, bays and lagoons, littoral patches with mangrove communities, evergreen and tropical forest, means it has forest also, it has, let's say, mangrove forest as well, it has rocky beaches as well, means like it is somehow talking about some kind of island. Okay, it is an important nesting site for the leatherback turtle, and leatherback turtle is the world's largest marine turtle. Why it is known as leatherback turtle? Because on the back of this turtle, let's say, if we draw turtle like this, I'm just drawing the upper portion of turtle. So generally turtles, let's say, turtles, what we say, turtles back over here, turtles back is generally solid, but in this case they do not have a solid back, they have a leather back. So that's why they are named as leatherback turtles. They are the largest, world's largest marine turtle. So the government has proposed to develop an international container transshipment port there. So they have given the description of a particular island. They have talked about, let's say, here we find leatherback turtle also, which is critically endangered under the international union, under the IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. IUCN maintains red list of threatened species. So under that, these leatherback turtle are critically endangered, and Government of India has proposed to develop an international container transshipment port, which among the following island regions has been described above. So name of the island is Galathea Bay, which is in Great Nicobar. Okay, it is Galathea Bay in Great Nicobar. That was in news. Now let us discuss about another question. It says, which one of the following protected areas is well known for the conservation of subspecies of Indian swamp deer? It is known as Barasingha in Hindi, that thrives well on hard ground and is exclusively graminivorous. Okay, that's the thing. So this is Kanha National Park. Okay, here we find Barasingha also. That is a previous year question. With this, let us now move to another thing. So this is, let's say, a news article that talks about Great Nicobar may soon get an international container terminal. Okay, so this is the Great Nicobar Island. Okay, so this is part of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So Great Nicobar, that's the thing. Then this is another question, question number 6. We are going to discuss about this question. So Chirag, good evening. Thank you so much for joining. Now we have another question. It says, information about early evolution of galaxy, mechanism behind star formation, shape of galaxy. So they have given 3 distinct information. They have to do something with galaxy, they have to do something with the evolution of galaxy and all. It says the recent detection of seismic ripples from one of the oldest galaxies can be helpful for analyzing how many of the above observation. So using basically we have received seismic ripples, means like earthquake waves or let's say earthquake waves from one of the distant or oldest galaxies. So using those waves, what kind of information we can infer? We can get the information about early evolution of the galaxy, that is right. We can get to know about mechanism behind a star formation. We can understand about shape of the galaxy, whether it is dish shaped, okay, whether it is disc shaped, or it is a spiral shaped, okay, or it is a spiral shaped like this, okay. So all the three statements are correct. It means option C is the right answer. Then we have a previous year question, 2023 prelims. Here what they have said, consider the following pairs: objects in space, okay, Cepheids, and description: nebula, pulsars. Okay, this is a previous year question. It says Cepheids, giant clouds of dust and in gas in space. Nebula, stars which brighten and dim periodically. And then pulsars, neutron stars that are formed when massive stars run out of fuel and collapse. This is right, but when we talk about nebula and Cepheids are generally stars that brighten and dim periodically. So like on a definite period, their, let's say, intensity of light increases, like they brighten and then they dim. So this is Cepheids, and nebula are giant clouds of dust and gas in the space. Okay, so they are interchanged. Okay, these two are incorrectly matched, and third one is right. So correct answer is only one. A will be the right answer. So now let us quickly move to another topic. So this is, let's say, BRI 13350417. Astronomers find seismic ripples in the oldest known galaxy. Okay. Now we have another question. This is question number 7. Okay, keep participating. Now consider the following statements about river Son. Okay, here they are talking about a river in India recently seen in the news. It says it is the right bank tributary of river Ganga. This statement is right. It rises from the Maikala range in the state of Jharkhand. This is not Jharkhand, this is Chhattisgarh. It is home to reptiles like saltwater crocodiles in the country. This is also wrong. Here we find gharials. Okay, here we find gharials. So option A is the right answer. What? Option A is the right answer in this case. I am going to quickly draw the map of this, let's say, river Ganga for you, so that you can have a little bit understanding about river Ganga. Let me draw the course of river Ganga. Let's say river Ganga flows like this. Okay. Now, if we talk about tributaries of river Ganga, so one of the tributary is this one, other tributary is this one, and this tributary is joined by, let's say, other rivers also. So the blue colored river that you see, it is river Ganga. I have mentioned. This river that we see, it is Son river. This river that we can see here, this is Yamuna river, right? And the rivers that we see over here, the small rivers, they are Chambal and Ken. Okay, this is Ken, this is Chambal. So generally what happens, let's say this Ganga river is moving from north, it is moving from this direction to south. Let's say finally it is draining to Bay of Bengal region. It is finally draining to Bay of Bengal region. So when river is flowing, it is flowing in this direction, right? In this direction. So the right side of river Ganga will be this one, right? And this will be left side of river Ganga. Okay, this will be left side of river Ganga. All those small rivers that add water to river Ganga will be called as tributaries of river Ganga. So if a tributary is joining from the left side, that will be known as left bank tributary. If a tributary is joining from the right side, river Ganga is moving this direction, in this direction. So this will be the right hand of river Ganga. This will be the right hand. So this will be known as right bank tributary of river Ganga. Okay, so this is, let's say, like, this Son is a right bank tributary of river Ganga. That's the thing. Okay, so statement 1 is correct, other statements are incorrect. Why? Because the thing is, like, this river originates from Amarkantak highlands in the hills of Maikal range in Bilaspur district in Chhattisgarh. Okay, so it originates in Bilaspur district in Chhattisgarh. So that's the thing. Now here we have another question, which is previous year question. It says, consider the following statements. Jhelum river passes through Woolard Lake. Krishna river directly feeds Koleru Lake. Meandering of Gandak river formed in the Kanwar Lake. So first and third is correct, second is wrong. So answer will be here option B, only 2 will be the right answer. Okay, so just cross check this previous year question 2023. First and third should be right, second should be incorrect. Okay, I'll talk to the, let's say, content department, let's say, who set the PPT, right, to get it corrected as well. Then this is known as illegal sand mining. Basically, like, this is related to Son river. Okay. Now let us talk about another question. This is question number 8. With reference to Integrated Case Management Information System, ICMIS. Recently, ICMIS was in news. Consider the following statements. Okay. So it says, it is an artificial intelligence portal through which Supreme Court possesses facts and makes them available to Supreme Court judges. This is wrong. It can facilitate online filing of cases and documents through e-filing portal. This is right. So the thing is, this is not an artificial intelligence system. Generally, this ICMIS, Integrated Case Management Information System, what the Supreme Court of India has done, basically they have created this integrated case management system in the year of 2017. That time only the Supreme Court of India was doing. Later on, all the high courts in the country have adopted it. Now, let's say, district courts and subordinate courts are in the process of adopting the integrated case management information system. It was recently in news because the Chief Justice of the country have talked about this system that they have created. It's going to ease the way how, let's say, families of the, let's say, convicted people, or let's say who are in jail, they'll be able to get data related to cases, or those people who are under trials, they will be able to access the data. And they also plan to integrate basically the jails in the country through this particular portal. Okay. Then we have a previous year question. It says, with reference to the Indian judiciary, consider the following statements. Any retired judge of the Supreme Court of India can be called back to sit and act as Supreme Court judge by the Chief Justice of India with prior permission of the President of India. This is right. Okay, this statement is right. Okay, this can be done. And apart from this is a previous year question. Okay, that statement is right. Right. Apart from this, what is there? A high court in India has the power to review its own judgment as the Supreme Court does. This is also right. So both these statements are right. Option C is the right answer in this case. Okay, option C is the right answer in this case. Now let us quickly move to another topic. Next question, question number 9. Consider the following statements. It says, the Constitution of India provides for the establishment of tribunals. Second, the Parliament or state legislature may constitute tribunals by enacting a law. The Supreme Court can grant a special leave to appeal from any judgment or order passed by any tribunal in India. Second and third are definitely correct. Okay, second and third are definitely correct, and the first is also correct. Okay, the Constitution of India talks about establishment of tribunals also. You might have heard about Article 323A, 323B. Okay, so Article 323A and 323B of the Constitution of India talks about establishment of tribunals. Okay, Article 323A empowers the Parliament to constitute administrative tribunals, both central and state level, for adjudicating matters related to recruitment and conditions of service of public servants. And Article 323B of the Constitution of India specifies certain objects such as taxation and land reforms for which parliament or state legislature may constitute tribunals by enacting law. So parliament or state legislature, they can constitute tribunals. Then Supreme Court of India can grant a special leave petition. It simply means, let's say, if a tribunal has given a judgment or has decided on a particular case, then the Supreme Court of India may go for a special leave, let's say, like, special leave from that tribunal, and it can take the case on itself so that it can decide on the case. Okay, so all the three statements are correct. And this is a previous year question that talks about, let's say, how is the National Green Tribunal different from the Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB and NGT. So NGT and CPCB, it says NGT has been established by an act, whereas CPCB has been created by an executive order of the government. This is wrong. Both have been created by, let's say, like, both have been created by an act, right? They have been created by an act. So NGT Act of 2000, and then CPCB, there is an act related to that. It says the NGT provides environmental justice and helps reduce the burden of litigation in the higher courts, whereas CPCB promotes cleanliness of streams and wells and aims to improve the quality of air in the country. This is right. Okay, correct answer is option B, which is previous year question. Now let us quickly discuss about another topic. This is going to be the last question for the day. It says, consider the following statements regarding Path Mitra application. Okay, Path Mitra application. This application was in news this time. It says it has been launched by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. This ministry is wrong. This Path Mitra application has been launched by Ministry of Textiles. Okay, Ministry of Textiles. It is aimed at providing important information about MSP and agroeconomy for cotton farmers. This is wrong. This is not related to cotton farmers. Okay, this is related to jute farmers. Okay, means like, for jute production. You see, bora banate hai, so like, it is using jute we do. So both these statements are wrong. Correct answer is option D. Here, this is a previous year question. It says, in the case of cereals, pulses, oilseeds, the procurement of minimum support price is unlimited in any state or UT. This is wrong. In case of cereals and pulses, the MSP is fixed in any state or UT level to which the market price will never rise. This is wrong. Okay, MSP is generally the minimum support price. Market price may go much higher, but the thing is, in case the market price is lower than this, generally farmers prefer to sell to the government, right? If the market price is lower. If the market price is higher, which is generally the case, in that case, what will happen? The farmers will sell it in the market. They will not be selling to the government. So correct answer is option D in this case. Okay, it is option D. So that's the thing. So that's all. You can learn about the Path Mitra application. You can, let's say, like, here we have included the image of jute also, right? So that's all for the day. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's session, and thank you so much Chirag for joining and attending the class. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.